Hey guys, Levy Freeman here. Today we're playing some more Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich mod, I guess. So I was playing American Union State before I went for the two-way, and as someone pointed out, and I think I mentioned to you in part 2 of that video, like we finished in 1939, which is like, it's not awful as far as it goes, but you can win the two-way significantly faster. Like I know people, if you speedrun it, you can get her done by mid 1947. And somebody commented that should be the case, and I kind of feel like I need to go and try and hit that timing or something now. So we'll try a couple other strategies and see if we can get her in there. So we'll go for this again. I think I was a little bit faked out. Like I did the first one with the Iron Fist, and when I did that run, we did not get the flips in the Carolina or Virginia or Tennessee or Kentucky or anything like that. We had a lot less guys, and we were getting hit by that division cap pretty harsh, and I didn't cheese it. So by building factories in the South, I mean the one that I posted on the channel was my second attempt at the AUS. So I think, given how weak the Feds were at the start last time I played, like I should have, instead of falling back over here and trying to hold the defensive line or something like that, I probably should have just fucking rushed the Feds. I think that would have been the better strategy. I think I was a little bit faked out by that first run I did. It was maybe a little bit of normal with the Iron Fist path. We were not as strong. So I think we'll do pretty much the same deal again. We'll start building civilian factories in the South. Yeah, I think that's okay. I would also consider maybe building a military factory. Military factories are cheaper, and I'm not sure what the conversion is when the Civil War happens. I'm not sure exactly how that's done in the game rules. Built up Louisiana. Here we go Texas first as a slightly higher infrastructure. So we'll do that. I think we're going to skip on the planes this time. We're just going to go, we're going to go tank, so we'll get the light tank. And what I'm thinking of doing is maybe we go, yeah, we'll roll like that. Maybe what we should do is we just convert all of our guys to cavalry and just try to rush down the victory points. I think I was a bit too passive that first, or the time that I posted. That would be, from my perspective, the second attempt. We were a little bit too passive. And I think if we're able to take enough of the states fast enough, the Feds won't be able to call up troops. And we should be able to crack them, I think. I would also consider maybe if we can get like a naval invasion up over here in New England or something like that. That might be helpful. And also if we piss off the Canadians, so the Canadians seize New England, then I think they're less likely to support the Feds in that case. The Feds will hate them. And, well, I don't know, maybe they will. Maybe they will. But if we give them New England, then it's like a bunch of stuff that we won't have to take, and we should be able to capitulate them a bit faster. It's like maybe it's in their best interests. And of course, after you've taken the rest of America, killing Canada to get New England back probably is not that difficult. We'll try to be a bit cheesy though over here. Like instead of building rifles, let's build support equipment. Just like only support equipment. And we'll try and screw over the Feds a little bit. So this is like a little bit cheesy, but we are going for like, we're going to try and finish her up right quick here. Although I suppose like it would be the absolute cheesiest to just not build anything. Let's do that. We'll have all of our guys over here, and we'll tell them, I don't know, like we're gonna be like super cheesy. And normally I hate doing this, but we are going for the timing. But we'll have these guys, I don't know, garrison Panama or the Philippines or something. Probably the Philippines is fine. Philippines, I think, is a U.S. puppet. Yes, they are. So the American, whatever these divisions are, we're going to go take a holiday to Hawaii. And like none of that stuff really matters. All right, so let's go ahead and do the Gardner-Wagner bill or whatever. Reintroduce the bill. See if it passes. Kerensky dies. Get ourselves some voting rights. Long and read demand changes. We're just going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to are going to stack the deck in favor of the AUS. And then we will compromise with Jackie Reed, and then we will tag switch over. We will do compromise with the AFP. I think which states you get are also like I know having the higher political power will influence the amount of the units and the chances of your flip. I think. So I think some of the states are a little bit RNG whether or not you get them. So we'll do the coalition ticket. I will make a save point right before we tag switch over. We aren't playing Iron Man, of course. You never want to play Iron Man when you're playing the United States unless you're playing the Federals. You'll have a really rough surprise if you close your game. I'll tell you that for sure. But we'll make a save point over here, and like I will keep on attempting this until we're successful. We'll try different things out. Not always successful first time. Like when we were playing Wilhelm's Nightmare, I played Wilhelm's Nightmare I think 4 or 5 times before I decided on a build that I thought would be good. Not that there's necessarily only one solution to a lot of things in HOI4. And like we tried multiple attempts for the Russia Blitzkrieg too. I've actually been like in a couple of other games I've been trying out too that aren't on the stream. I've been pretty impressed with like the efficiency of light tank units. Given how cheap they are to build, you get them out a lot faster compared to rushing the medium tank too. We're going to hate what he says. We want political power so we can up our conscription law so we can build more shit in the South, I think. Our mobilization law, I mean to say. Like with the Russia Blitzkrieg game with the light tanks with the 1 medium tank splash in, I thought was like very cost effective up until the 40s. That might change with the new AI templates, though, in a 15.2 patch. I think we're going for the speed runs. Like, it's not about having like the best stuff or like maybe the most tech efficient build. It's just like having just a good enough stuff to beat the AI, and then you go and try and get it done as fast as possible with that. Of course, I learned to play the game. I learned by watching multiplayer streaming, for the most part. So I do tend to like follow that play style. And maybe that is not the most optimal way to beat the AI. I don't know. But I like doing it. I like playing with the tanks, like smashing things and making encirclements. But you can get away with some other stuff too. Like we had those cab templates from the Mongol playthrough that we had as Mad Baron. Those are some pretty sick units we had there. I think we're getting like 2K soft attack with some of those guys, the horse units, with the bonus stacking. It's like that's a pretty cool strategy, and sometimes it's fun to do memes like that. Another thing I wanted to try too is like I don't really want to play Mordac France again. Not because I don't like Mordac France, but because like I already did it on the channel, and it might be a little bit repetitive. But I actually think the Mordac tree is like really cool. Like I was a little bit salty that we didn't get the Dugal tree, but like after thinking about it, like we just kind of happened on in that run. We had let's see here. Yep, he gains power. Yeah. We hit upon, I think, probably just by random occurrence, like the best possible scenario. We got some bonuses from Dugal's tree and then flipped to Mordac. And we got his tree on top of that. So we got like really nice tank and mech bonuses. But the other thing I was thinking what might be interesting to try is you go and you get the... let's go for dispersed again. You do get those 2 armor bonuses as pad, and if we end the war early, then having dispersed might help us get those medium tanks out faster. Although we might be doing reconstruction at that point in time, and it might just be better to wait until we have a medium tank before we start building them. In which case, concentrated would probably be a bit stronger. I don't know. We'll go with dispersed. We'll go with dispersed. Uh, but you get the. I was thinking about like doing another build as the bear, and we'll get the 2x ahead of time research reductions you get from de Gaulle's tree first. Like you pull the same path, or you like pick de Gaulle's book, and you pick de Gaulle's book, and then you go and have Patain lose the challenge against Mordax. So you get to double dip on the trees. So you take the artillery boosts and use that to get further down the tree, and then you go and like go for the rocket artillery. And Mordak's tree has those bonuses for rocket artillery units. Like you make some meme unit with rocket artillery, kind of like we did with the cavalry. You probably get some pretty obnoxious soft attack on that too. I think he also gets it for motorized rocket artillery. And I think in this game you can just like rush. I don't know if this counts as a motorized tech though. It might. It might. In which case, like rushing that motorized rocket artillery would be pretty gross as like the Bear France. To put like a meme game with a motorized rocket arty, but I think that might be fun to play. Just to throw out like a template that's different than what I normally use. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. You guys can comment if you'd like to see that. I mean, not that I care. If I want to do it, I just do it. But I think that'd be cool to do. We'll have the Bears meme rocket units. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I think. I also want to do a Marshall Patain run, which is like what I wanted to do the first time I played. Anyways, I want to get on the Patain path. But it was not to be. How far is it for medium tank? Yeah, we would never hit that in time before we tag switch over. Kind of like also in that same vein of thought, I've also kind of wanted to do a Germany run where we play with like super heavy tank units. Because Wilhelm was like super into dreadnoughts, right? It's like you figure if he gets his hands on some Panzer tanks, he'd probably want to build big ass ones, right? And that might be cool. And maybe I'd mix that in, like try to make a Space Marine unit, like an 11-6 Space Marine unit with artillery. Because some people say like the artillery unit is worthless, like our School of Fire support is bad. Because that applies to artillery divisions, guys. Like the national ideas apply to divisions, not battalions. So unless you have an artillery division, like you're an 11-6 or 5-3 or something, you're not really getting that 10% bonus. But 10% is very thick, especially if you stack it on top of like a decisive battle doctrine. So you throw a super heavy tank in there, and you have like an 11-6. Like so, I guess it would be like 10 infantry, 1 super heavy tank with maxed out armor, and then like 6 artillery units, and like go for that, and like see if we could make School of Fire support work. I think that might be like a cool meme build to do. Maybe we'll try that. I do like looking back at my campaigns. Like a lot of my stuff is mostly just a lot of 10-0 and tanks, which is what I like. It's what I like to play, but maybe people want to see something different. And sometimes like I want to do something different too, And I was also thinking might be cool too is to try and do like not like Wilhelm's Nightmare, but we still play on Elite and Iron Man, and we try to capitulate the Internationale. And you're probably not going to get Russia, but at least try to capitulate the Internationale before Wilhelm II dies is like a speed run. On Elite Iron Man. That might be a fun run to do too. Or maybe we should just like work on American Civil War builds for a bit and go for how to speed run the American Civil War and try and work that out and post it. And that's a question that people ask a lot too. I see on the Reddit. They want to know how to win the Civil War quickly. And it's kind of cool to do as like a notch in your belt. But like I'm not even sure if winning the Civil War quickly is like the best strategy. Like I think. And I'm not saying this just because it's when I tend to end the Civil War, but I think like if you drag the Civil War out for longer, like you figure, especially now that after the change where you're allowed to modify your divisions, like once you control most of the industry, you have no economic debuff, so you can just shit out tons of tanks and infantry and equipment. Like you saw how many medium tanks we were making there as AUS last game, patent playing medium tanks. And then you just kind of get yourself into a position where you can kind of capitulate the enemy at will, maybe, and then you farm, maybe for experience and whatnot. And let's do the terror fact. Yeah, you go farming for experience. You go farm your generals up. There's lots of terrain over here you can work with, and then continue spamming out all that stuff, that war industry you have. And then when you end the Civil War, when the Wall Creek Stew starts, like I think you can go down your tree right away for your foreign policy tree. Like this will bypass. You can go right away down the foreign policy tree. For like the back in business, and for whatever it is you were doing. And then like if you converted all of your guys over off that militia template, they don't disband. So you could go like right away and then send like your 200 divisions and like however many medium tanks you had over to the Walkrieg right away, and kind of like bump your reconstruction off and like, yeah, okay, you can rebuild over here. We already have your huge ass army. So like I think that might be like a valid way to try and actually approach that, to drag the Civil War out to keep your industry going. Because your army doesn't disband. It's not like the UK when you tag switch over and all your stuff goes away, right? Like you would still keep all those divisions. I'm going to abstain here. I don't even know what this is for. You would still keep all those divisions and all those tank units that you built, plus your stockpiles, and then you can start reconstruction after. You probably still have enough. Like you probably just go and even just kill Commune de France at that point, or the Germans or whatever. If you had like 5 40 with medium tank divisions and 200 infantry, like right away. As opposed to winning it early, going through reconstruction, and then trying to build up an army. I don't know. That's just a thought. I haven't tested that, obviously, or I haven't tried to delay the Civil War grind and do that. But that might be a valid way to play. So tell Canada to fuck off. Oh, we can't actually change. We can't actually change laws. Like that was actually pointless. Well, we're not gonna be able to get the PP to do that. But if Canada does seize New England, like I said, maybe that's good for us. Send more troops to legation cities. I don't think that really matters. Like, we might actually get the, let's go for interwar artillery. That's fast, right? 109 days. We'll veto the bill. It's fortunate that we can't change laws. So maybe it'd be better not to have done that in this stuff. Pay the PP so the feds wouldn't have when the tag switch happens. I don't know. But yeah, so like I said, though, I haven't played a whole lot of Second American Civil War. Like I've done like once of each, plus the runs on the channel. My favorite one is to play as MacArthur in the 4-way Civil War. Like not that like I speedrun that, but like I do like playing as Big Mac. And I think someone posted on the subreddit where they were able to win as him in the 4-way before 1937 ended, which was I think it was like October 37 he posted, which is very impressive for the 4-way in my opinion. Anyways, like I'm not sure I could do that. So definitely respect that. But that might be a cool one to try for as well. The American Caesar, obviously the biggest meme in the Civil War. What else do we have here back in business? Do we have, was our boy inaugurated yet? No, he's not. So I don't know. If the Canada seizes New England, I think that's also less troops the feds can call up. So we will elect Mr. Olson. Thanks, Herbie. I also feel kind of bad when Huey Long gets killed too. You know, it's like, oh, that smarts. Like when he gets disappeared in the business plot, or he gets I'm not sure what happens when Pally takes him out. Like I know he's gone though. Like, doesn't he like execute him for being like a closet syndicalist or something? Not sure. Not sure. I've never done the Pally route. Oh, Mustafa Kemal being large and in charge. What a guy. Yeah, so now we can't do any focuses. So that's fine. Yeah, so I think we go and we convert all of our guys over to cavalry and we just try and rush down the USA. And we'll see if that works out for us. That's attempt number 1. If not, maybe we try to push hard for Washington again. But we'll just push everywhere. Maybe just like, I think when I checked before, the Feds only had like 16 or something divisions. Like, you probably just want to throw all your guys on an aggressive battle plan and just go for, just give her. I hope you can just steal as much victory points as possible. Which is a little bit different from how you would normally play the Civil War. But of course, like the last couple times are the only time I've ever played the two-way. So, obviously you're not going to have a perfect run, probably. What else do we want here? 100 days. I think we can make that. I don't want to research anything that's going to give the Feds an advantage. We might get that stuff. I thought Russia was one nation, indivisible, not America. Like, why are they ripping off America or Russia? Floyd doing his negotiations. I know another controversial topic in the Kaiserreich community is whether or not the Civil War should be avoidable. I'm just not going to pick anything here. Whether or not the Civil War should be avoidable, I'm like, I think that's one of those things where like the AI should never be able to do it because it does affect the way things play out. Like the Civil War opening, I think is a prerequisite for like a lot of other things happening, like in Central America and South America. But I think if the player wants to do it, then like why not fucking let them, right? Same with like the manual war goal justification. If the AI doesn't justify war goals, why not let the player do it? You know, I think it's just like a fun kill the devs kind of throw in there. But I do agree it would be unbalancing. The AI should never have the option to dodge a civil war. The AI, like the second civil war happening in Russia too, is also like a pretty significant balance-changing event that probably shouldn't be random. All right, we'll play as the. You know what? Let's say like I don't know. Let's save here. Maybe we'll want to give it a go as the Feds. Probably not. Play as the AUS. But like maybe we'll want to come back at this and like play as the Feds in like a situation that was clearly not stacked in their favor. Just build rifles, I guess. I think these guys are like all under-equipped anyways. You guys are all AUS mounted militia now. We're supposed to be gray. You guys can be black. Not that the color really matters, but you know, I like looking at nice colors. Let's see here. This is probably fine. Mosley. Fox Connor. That's a really fugly fucking assault line, isn't it? Let's build military factories. I'll do that. Mobile warfare. I wonder if we should start working on the medium tank now, and then we'll have the 2 bonuses to get to the 1943 model, and that will still probably finish before like the Weltkrieg if we have to do reconstruction anyways. I don't know. Definitely want dispersed industry, and the Feds are gonna have like a leg up on us on that one. Doctrine. What else should we get here? Hey, let's start working on it. Always is fine. In North Texas. Alright, so a couple more motorized. Mounted militiamen. Alright. I already read these events last, so I'm not going to read them again. Let's go. Alright, Federal Revolt fails in Texas. Chief of Staff, we'll just go with, I don't know, that guy. I mean, neither of those are really going to be all that helpful. 7 militia in the Carolinas, please. Alright, we got Kentucky. Alright, we got Virginia too. Of course, I think that's what happened last time. And like when we did Iron Fist, we did not get like nearly this much stuff. And I think that's what threw off my my plans a little bit the second time. I didn't think we'd be as strong as we were. We don't have any command power for that. Well, shortly though. With a pen. I think getting the CAS production probably pretty good. Go there. We want here. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We'll go for air superiority. I like how they made Fox Connor like a fucking fox in the anime mod. Jefferson. Denver. Let's get another batch of 6 militia in Georgia. Should maybe send the trucks to the Midwest. We'll go for the tank or pattern reform plan, of course. It doesn't really matter. Open seas. Indianapolis. Go like that. Oh, it sees Alaska. Those fuckers. And we should definitely send the trucks to the Midwest. They're just not that fast in mountains here. Decisions. Yeah, I should have definitely put the trucks in the planes. That's a mistake. I was thinking about rushing Washington, but the train there is just not good for trucks. And what's their next stack of militia? You're probably Tennessee. Lindbergh appeals to Long. We'll go for the Longo path this time. We'll try to have a happy ending for our boy the Kingfish here. See if we can get that perfect democracy. Bismarck. Should we fill in? I'm taking out Detroit, that's great. That attack's probably like a little bit optimistic. Alright, we must move quickly. Alright, so we got that. Partial mob. Start picking off some of these isolated units here. Still need to deal with Washington, though. I don't know, go for more mounted militia, I guess. Go like that. You just spawn more units here? It's bullshit. Those guys over there. Oh shit, we got ourselves... What the hell happened here? Where did all these guys come from? Must have had a militia spawning. That's unfortunate for us. Be a nice pocket there too. I don't need that. More loyalists. Oh, I just clicked the Silver Legion event, did I? We'll get ourselves some rifles. Need more militias. Guess we can actually push in there. Fortunately, the cavalry units are not great at actually attacking stuff. Maybe we should have kept some different guys. Some regulars or something. Send those guys that way. We'll have one guy come up over here and mop up the rest of that. Sacramento. Because I don't have an airbase close enough over here to actually, like, you can get some shore support here. Fourth Balkan War. Vegas. I think I fucked that up. Yeah, I definitely fucked that up. That's the wrong army. Keep on doing this. We'll do motorized and then get ourselves some extra trucks. Push there. Eight militia in Illinois, yes. We picked up Washington. Grab these victory points over here. Alright, order restored in Kentucky. Great. Some guys up into that pocket will have to do. It's a bit annoying. Come down this way. You know, I think we'll just leave this guy. Just hang out in San Francisco, I guess. Portland, Salem. We are getting short bombardment here, so that's nice. Let's get our air support, make sure we're where are our planes anyways? So we have 166 and these guys are still like hanging back out over here. All that crisis on the dawn, South Yard crisis, fair enough. Take San Diego. All right. Do we have a truck around here? Probably not. I think most of our trucks, unfortunately, got a bit wrecked there. Let's keep those guys pinned down. We'll cut those guys off there, maybe. I should have definitely used the trucks in the Midwest and not Appalachia. It was definitely a mistake. Pull out some more militias. Motorize the men. I took Detroit back. How close are they? Not sure how much more we need to get the collapse. Dispersed industry. Go for this. Let's get 6 in Kentucky, I guess. Oh, damn, we've lost our push against the Federal's bonus. Alright, we got New York. Let's see if we can get Philly. Alright, there we go. We did it. July 1937, we got the Federal collapse. Alright, so I mean, that's not too bad. Like, I think I've seen some people do it as like, well, do it a little bit earlier. But I mean, that's still not too bad. July 1937 collapse. So I guess that is what you would want to do if you want to try and speedrun the two-way American Civil War. Is you just like go cavalry, rush victory points. It seems like they spawned a lot less troops, and then you can knock them off there. I think if I had maybe snaked some victory points, and like the trucks were pretty useless up over here. I think I threw away my trucks pointlessly. We should have put them in the Midwest to snake victory points a lot faster. Definitely a mistake on my part. I was thinking to rush Washington, but of course trucks they're only good for speed. They're not actually good assault units. I kind of debated myself there. Obviously, I should have known better. I should have known better. Well, there we go. July 1937, American Union State. Yeah, so there you go. There you go. Not too bad. Definitely faster, definitely cleaner. Although, like now you'll notice, I think we'll keep this going for a bit. We should get the events over here. And like, so most of our army is just like disbanded. I think these guys are like the Silver Legion guys we have. Of course, it's very nice. Like that was like our best unit, the Silver Legion guys. So now you would do reconstruction. And I think it would be tough to get as thick of an army as you could have otherwise if you just drag the Civil War out. But you will start doing reconstruction in July 1937. It's like, I don't know, maybe this will be a lot better. We'll see. We will see. But I don't know if I want to continue this run or not, but someone just pointed out on my channel that, yeah, you should be winning this war in 1937. And he was right, so I figured I would give it another go and see if I could hit the correct timing. Not having New England's like a bit of a blow, but I think we'll get the decision to like, what is it? Demand New England back, demand Alaska back, and killing Canada is kind of like a joke anyways once you've done reconstruction. And I think not having the Federals not be able to call up these troops is probably helpful. And it's also probably helpful to deny them that industry, and of course it means you have to take less victory points as well. So that was that. And if you do decide to play the American Civil War two-way, this is a lot better. Don't follow what I did in my first video. Just like be aggressive and go with the cavalry. Now that you're allowed to change division template, I mean you're just you're not really fighting. You're just trying to take all the territories so they can't spam units and you capitulate them faster. Of course, like you can't raise these divisions over here with decisions if you don't control the state. So you try and you break their control. So that's going to be all for this video. I hope you liked it. And this is definitely, if you want to do the Civil War fast, this is how you would probably want to do it, as opposed to the strategy I did on my my actual playthrough. Hope you enjoyed this video. Love you, Freeman, signing out.